Hello, my name is Winda, and what we have here is Week 7 team building for the UBL. That's right, we're actually doing a separate bit for the team builder this week, just because there's a lot I want to talk about. So yeah, we're going to be playing a Fat Rat this week, who is currently 5-1 to our 6-0. We are the two top players of the league right now, and we're going to face off in the final week before playoffs. So both of us are guaranteed for playoffs, which is obviously kind of cool. But there's also a lot I want to talk about before we get into that. So, a little bit ago, I asked about the transaction window, because a couple of people were still making transactions, and it was like week 5, and then we were like, I was like, hey, when's the transaction window ending? And we were like, oh yeah, we should probably close that. So we closed it after week 5, so starting week 6, no transactions could be made. And as a result, I actually made some transactions. Now, last week they weren't relevant, really, but this week they are, so I do want to talk about those before we get into this week's team. So, the first transaction made, if I actually get to the right tab of Showdown, we had our tier 3 pick of Tornadus Incarnate. We had it as really, I picked it for 2 reasons, and I said this when I picked it. It was literally Prankster Tailwind and a Hurricane and Rain. We never brought it. Ever. We had Lunala for Tailwind, we had Mence for Tailwind, we had Togetic for Tailwind. Granted, I didn't know I was going to go for Togetic at the time, but yeah. We had enough Tailwind where Prankster Tailwind just never felt necessary. And Hurricanes in Rain, cool, I have Mega Salamence, so I was never needing it. The only time I would even consider bringing it was actually last week against Ad. And that was literally because they had a Smeargle. And then I thought, wait, why am I doing this? I can just run Taunt fast Greninja like I had before. I don't need Prankster Taunt. So, and even then I thought, oh, I'd rather just trade something out and get something I can use a little bit more. So, instead of Tornadus, our like tier 3 pick, we actually swapped it out for Decidueye. So Decidueye is kind of interesting. It gets its own Z move, similar to how Lunala gets a Z move. Granted, they're both Ghost, so I don't know how much I'll be using Decidueye Z. It just makes Spirit Shackle 180 power, which is certainly respectable. It's just not Menacing Moonraze Maelstrom. Long Reach isn't legal from what I remember. Actually, no, Long Reach is legal. So you can make it so you don't do contact, but honestly, like, Overgrow's fine. So the reason why I picked up Decidueye was actually due to me kind of lacking a reliable grass type. We have Ludicolo, but like, did you ever see me bring Ludicolo? No, like, I never once brought Ludicolo, so I was like, well, I need a grass type that I can bring more, because water types were kind of standing in the way of getting Kyogre to sweep, because like, anything else that wanted to stop Kyogre, which was usually just like, you know, grass types, we had Ice Beam for, but we also had it Incineroar and Mence to kind of break through them. So we never really, and even Nidoqueen. So like, we never really needed a way to break through grass, and the only other real resists to water are like Dragon and Water. And Dragon, I have a Mence, and Kyogre can Ice Beam, so and so it just kind of left water types that I didn't really have an easy way to break through. And Decidueye's got 107 attack, but just like good stats all around. It also means I actually don't lose Tailwind, because it also gets Tailwind. Like U-Turn, like Spirit Shackle being its signature move, better in Gen 8 when it actually gets Poltergeist, but yeah. Leaf Blade, Brave Bird, Sucker Punch, Shadow Sneak. Like, it's certainly a pretty solid Pokemon. Like, it really is the best grass type that I could really get a hold of. So, yeah, it's like I quite like this UI. So I'm just kind of happy to have it. Also means now I actually have 3 different starters. I have a grass type starter, a water type starter, and a fire type starter, all from 3 different generations. So, but yeah, I thought this UI would be a nice pickup. It also gives me another reliable physical attacker, because a lot of time I kind of find myself bringing just a lot of special attackers. And this UI is a really good physical attacker, so it can go mixed, for sure, but its physical attack is definitely where it shines. So, that was our first transaction. The second one is a little bit kind of related to Ad, in a sense. So, we had Ludicolo. As I say, it was a grass type that was never brought, and like I was like, oh yeah, it's a rain sweeper, we can use it with Kyogre, and Kyogre was the rain sweeper. It was the rain setter and it was the rain sweeper. It never needed anything else to really help it with the rain. It was like, cool, I had rain support, but it was like, they were never really needed. Even Tornadus was like, just the only real boost it got was Hurricane boosts, and that wasn't even enough. And like, Ludicolo was like a Pokemon designed to be in rain, and it just was never good enough to bring. Just because Kyogre did the rain sweeping, it never needed another water type to go with it, and I just never found myself bringing Ludicolo, even as a slower Pokemon. Which I guess that's another thing with Decidueye, is it's kind of a slower Pokemon, so I actually have something else for Trick Room. Because otherwise, like, my Trick Room mode was like, cool, I've got Lunala set up Trick Room, and then I've got Incident, which is good in Trick Room because I usually make it slow anyway. Escab, which is great in Trick Room, and then what, Nidoqueen? So it gives me a little bit of a slower Pokemon as well, which, you know, like, Ludicolo's pretty solid in Trick Room-ish. Not really. It's not great. Like, it's nice, but it's just, yeah, I just never really found myself needing it. It was not a fake-out user, to be fair, but, like, I have 2 fake-out users in Togedemaru and Incineroar. Like, I never needed what Ludicolo offered. So, since it was one of my free picks, and it was a tier 4, I decided to swap it for a tier 5. And you can... yeah, let's just get into this. I got Smeargle. I had to check like 3 times that Smeargle was a tier 5 pick. Smeargle's dumb. The only stat that matters here is 75 speed. It literally gets everything. Ever. On the planet. But yeah, like, I like how these are, like, just the moves that, like, you potentially, but, like, it literally gets everything. So, yeah, like, yeah, it's just good. It's just good. Often, like, I mean, the most expected move usually from Smeargle is, you know, Spore. But it can set up Tailwind, it can set up Trick Room, it can Icy Wind, it can Snarl, it can Fake Out, it can Helping Hand, it can do anything you ever want it to, because it's Smeargle. Just don't expect it to ever do damage. Unless you want to use Super Fang. So, like, it's good. It's just good. The Pokemon is insane. And obviously Moody as well is dumb. So yeah. Like, Smeargle is incredibly good. It adds a lot of kind of variance to this team that wouldn't be there otherwise, and really makes it even harder to prep for. I think with these 2 swaps, this is now one of the, like, this team was already insane. Like, I have, like, it's no disrespect to anyone else in the league. We already kind of discussed that people kind of regarded my team as one of, if not the strongest team in the league. I think these 2 swaps solidify it. I don't think you can argue at this point. Decidueye gives me a better grass type, which granted, obviously, you can argue this is maybe a downgrade, but this is a severe upgrade. Like, it's disgusting how good Smeargle is. It adds way more of it adds a mode to this team that it never had. Of just like, cool, I have Incineroar, and I've got Togedemaru as fake out leads, along with Lunala. But it's cool, I can also just throw Smeargle in there now, as and people have got to fear Smeargle. For no reason. It's insane. So, yeah, Smeargle's nuts, and yeah, I don't think there's much more to be said about that. So, what does that mean for this week? So let's talk about this week. So Fat Rat's team is very good. That actually kind of like shows off what I'm bringing. I don't want to do that. Maybe you're gonna glance at it. But I can actually remember the team off their heads. So it's Mega Gengar, it's Dialga, it's Politoed, it's Kingdra, it's Porygon Z, it's Ditto, it's Cofagrigus, it's Mashana, it's Amoonguss, it's Thundurus Incarnate, it's Talonflame, and it is Rotom Frost. A very, very good team. Incredible speed control with Talonflame. Not really a great Trick Room mode, but Pokemon that thrive in Trick Room, things like Cofagrigus and Mashana that can actually set it, as well as Amoonguss, which is just Amoonguss, good in Trick Room and outside Trick Room, and deters Trick Room a lot. We've kind of seen over the last few weeks why Fat Rat's been doing so well, and that's just because they bring up so much special offense in the likes of Mega Gengar and Dialga. Not to mention even last week, which I did just record last week's match that Fat Rat played. They even brought PZ, which looked to be specs. Like, they've got Thundurus, which is another variant Pokemon. The team is very, 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 very good. Very, very, very good. There's no wonder why they're doing so well. So, I decided that this is going to be a tough week, no matter what I do. So, so I start building my team. You know, I throw on Lunala, Kyogre, and Incineroar. And I started kind of building it, and honestly, I was kind of getting bored. I was like, I've done this so many weeks in a row that I just like, I want to mess about. I want to mess about. It's week 7. It's the last week where I get an opportunity to. I'm 6-0, and the only thing I could potentially be throwing away is potentially a better seeding, and that's like it. And my flawless streak. I don't care about that. Honestly, having a flawless streak is really cool, but with this team, it kind of just makes sense why I have a flawless streak. It's like disgusting how good this team is. So yeah. So I just thought to myself, I was like, God, just building this team is just like, and also I was just getting bored building it, because I was just like, Lunala, you know, and I was just like, I was just getting lazy making it, and I was like, no, I want to make this interesting, so we're kind of messing about a bit, and by messing about, I said to myself, okay, let's make things fun. Fat Rat's got an incredibly strong team with a lot of incredible offense, including things like Dialga. Let's restrict myself. So I said to myself, alright, cool. Do you get to make your team against Fat Rat? But you're not allowed to use Lunala, you're not allowed to use Kyogre, and you're not allowed to use Incineroar. So, I'm not going to be using Lunala, Kyogre, or Incineroar going into this week. This is no disrespect to Fat Rat. I am still very scared. In fact, I'm more scared. But I figured since both of us are so high up in the rankings, this doesn't affect either of us. And like the worst this does is maybe affect tiebreakers, and that's like it. So, I just thought it'd be really funny just to try, and I want to mess about a bit. So I want to use some Pokemon and give some Pokemon a spotlight on this team that I feel like wouldn't get the spotlight otherwise. So, with that being said, let's actually have a look at the team for this week. Now, I think this one's a bit of a given. If you ask me what my 4th best Pokemon would be, it would be Mega Salamence. Mega Salamence is just really good. I was going to try and make it bulkier, but like, honestly, I just kind of was happy with just having max attack. 188 speed is to outspeed Thundurus once I'm Mega'd. The max attack, there is a like one nice calc that this does. The main thing I was looking for was for Double Edge once Mega'd to one-shot max. Oh, excuse me. Was to one-shot max HP, max physical defense Amoonguss, which it does. So I think that's like all the way down here, like men's. Forgot they. So I've been using dark mode, so I do apologize for going from dark to bright. But yeah. Mega Salamence Dragon Claw one-shots a 4 HP, 4 defense Kingdra, and will one-shot Mega Gengar if it's got no HP investment. Max HP was like it was like minimum 95% with Double Edge, so yeah. I've kind of been going with mixed or more special recently, but it's nice to go back to physical. This team's actually a lot more physical than most of my teams recently, just because it doesn't have Lunala and Kyogre on it. So yeah, we definitely need to Intimidate. I mean, we don't definitely need it. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but yeah. Because of the lack of Lunala, this does limit me on a certain thing, and that is I cannot go Trick Room, so I actually have to get speed control myself. And saying you have a Talonflame, it's going to be a little tricky to do that, but we have a plan. The lead plan is actually Salamence plus Togedemaru. Togedemaru can fake out the Talonflame, and then once we do, we Tailwind ourselves, and then we get our speed control, and then go to try to take out the Talonflame. So, that is the plan. Togedemaru actually lives some pretty nice stuff. I wasn't going to EV it to live a lot, but then I kind of saw like one calc, and I was like, yeah. And that was this one here. Modest Kingdra without a Life Orb in Rain with Hydro Pump doesn't one-shot. I was just going to sash it, and it was like, oh, cool. Gengar does like max of 66.8%. In Timid, and I just thought, screw it, let's check PZ. And that's like Specs PZ Tri-Attack. So, like, I think I'll even live, like, I'll potentially live a Hyper Beam. So, yeah, that's how crazy it is. Because, like, I don't think I'd live a Hyper Beam, but yeah. I saw this calc and I was like, that's good enough reason, because, like, that works out perfectly with with my spread already. Because I want to be 1 point faster than Mence. Before Mega. I can't do after Mega. So, but yeah, just having the Helping Hand, the Volt Switching, the Super Fanging, and the Fake Outing, really, that's the main thing. Because obviously, like, you don't have Incineroar to fake out for us, so we've got Togedemaru to do it instead. Next up, Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen has to be here, and that's because otherwise I have no way to really kill that Dialga. Well, I have another way, but yeah, Dialga's a problem. Like, Nidoqueen was like one of the first things where I was like, yeah, we need to deal with this. So, if you can kind of see, Earth Power on max HP, no special defense Dialga is a 75% chance to OHKO. AV Dialga, it's a little bit but yeah, like, we need this. This is the best we can do, and it's just enough speed, so it's 102 speed. So Mega Gengar hits 200 speed at Timid Max, so if we do get Tailwind up, we need to be able to outspeed it, and there's nothing else Nidoqueen really wants to outspeed. The bulk is really there to be bulky. We don't need anything else. Ice Beam Thunderbolt, Ice Beam is a guaranteed 2 shots on any Amoonguss, which is really cool. One shots Thunderous that isn't bulky. Does 67% minimum against a max HP no Spadef Politoed. And yeah, it destroys Mega Gengar. So yeah, like this, like, ground is really good here, and this is the best thing I can really go with. T-Bolt's also really good for Talonflame. But yeah, Nidoqueen had to come this week. And next up is our new Pokemon, and honestly, out of all sets that I was going to be running on it, I didn't think I was going to be going with this one. It was one of my favourite sets that I think I've run. We've got AV Decidueye. AV Decidueye looking kind of nice. So, you notice, like, Togedemaru's got a lot of special defense. AV Decidueye is kind of nice. So it it doesn't one-shot on max HP Mega Gengar, but, like, it's pretty good odds. But look at this. That's modest max special attack Mega Gengar, and it's just like, nah, you don't kill me. And then, like, if this doesn't kill, then cool, I have Shadow Sneak. Specs Dialga Fire Blast? Pfft, what's that? It doesn't even kill. A Specs Dialga Fire Blast does not kill this Decidueye. It's stupid. It's crazy. Decidueye is so good. Leaf Blade's got pretty good odds to... Well, he's got good odds to kill Politoed, but honestly, like, it doesn't need to one-shot. It's pretty good against Kingdra too, and... Yeah, the main thing as well is, like, the Kingdra calc was like, okay, yeah, that doesn't look great, but then it's also like, cool. Modest Life Orb Ice Beam does, like, max at 51%? Cool. Sick. So, yeah. If you haven't noticed, there is a bit of a takeaway, and the takeaway is going to be very apparent with the next Pokemon. But otherwise, like, U-turns there, it was going to be, like, Brave Bird, but then I realized there was nothing that like, the only thing I would hit with Brave Bird is, like, Amoonguss, and I've got Mence, and Nidoqueen, and you can guys see Blaziken up here. Yeah, I don't need anything else to hit Amoonguss. Hey, Togetic! Nice light screen you got there. Let me just read off, Paradise Pokemon again. Mega Gengar, Dialga, Politoed, Kingdra, Porygon Z, Ditto, Cofagrigus, Musharna, Amoonguss, Thunderous Incarnate, Talonflame, and Rodent Frost. I count one physical attacker. We've got Light Screen here for a reason. So, this is the alternate lead if there's no Talonflame whatsoever. If there's no Talonflame whatsoever, then we are leading Togetic Salamence, and we're going Protect Tailwind. Yeah. And then we can start, like, we set up Light Screen from there, and honestly, we can probably just win the game. It's actually kind of crazy. And I didn't do many calcs for Togetic, but honestly, because it's, like, the only real thing is, like, cool. There's, like, what is it called? There's, I can't words right now. There's so many special attackers, I was like, cool. Like, let me take the two most powerful ones and just, like, see, like, everything else will be fine. So, where are you? So that's Specs Dialga Flash Cannon. It's not killing, it's just doing a max of 86.9%. And that's Modest Mega Gengar. Doing a max of 72%. So yeah, that's why you're here. It's also Follow Me support, it's a second Tailwind user, and then like a D-Gleam just for an attack, and then Light Screen because, like, I was gonna give it Protect, but I saw Light Screen and I looked at their team and I was like, yeah, Light Screen makes a lot of sense. So here we are. I could even bring Togetic in the back for Light Screen, like I can Volt Switch out with Togedemaru, bring in Togetic Light Screen, and honestly just win the game. And the last but not least, Blaziken. Hey Blaziken, how you doing? What's that? You've got the Z move this week? Because the Life Orb's been taken up on Nidoqueen, and you have a really nice damage calc that's really funny. Because I really like doing these funny damage calcs this week. What's that? You do like 96% minimum to max HP Dialga with High Jump Kick? Cool. What's that? Your Z move kills any Dialga? So yeah, this is my secondary way to kill Dialga. By the way, I didn't go over it. Decidueye speed is 1 point slower than Nidoqueen, just because I would it was easier to get Nidoqueen speeds to 102. That's the only reason. You can't actually get Blaziken without going Jolly. You can't get Blaziken to get to 200 speed after +1 speed. So this is just enough to outspeed Talonflame after +1. Granted, it's not like it can hit the Talonflame that hard, but you know, it's not bad. Like Flareblitz, High Jump Kick will still do damage. You notice I actually have Low Kick, and that's just literally because I was like, I don't want to put a game on a High Jump Kick miss. I only want to click High Jump Kick when I know I need to. But yeah, like Blaziken's really solid. Flareblitz, almost bops Mega Gengar. It almost bops Kingdra, which, I mean, if you see a High Jump Kick not kill something, that means the Z move's killing it every day of the week. It's 2 kill on like max HP, max defense Polito, which is actually really good. And then Like, this is also a really nice calc. Like that's the worst case scenario, an 18% chance to Oko. But also, it's going to be so low that it's not going to matter. So, yeah. Yeah. So, the thing is as well, what's really nice about this is there's no way that they're prepping for this. They are prepping for Lunala, Kyogre, and Sinnoh every day of the week. And I'm not bringing any of them. So, yeah. I'm half hoping to see rain. Half not hoping, to be fair, as well. There's, like, I'm a little on the weak side to rain, but at the same time, like, Decidueye is going to be clutch. I've had Decidueye for a week, and I'm like, cool, let's bring Decidueye, because it's just dumb, and I love it. I would have actually, like, if I saw this calc, if I actually looked into it, and, like, I would have considered bringing this, like, even with Lunala, Kyogre, and Sinnoh, like, no joke. So, but yeah, that is the team for this week. I'm actually recording this the Sunday before, like, the week actually starts. So it's gonna probably be a few days before the battle even gets underway. I really am looking forward to this, because, like, it's a little bit of a mess around. It's my one chance to really get some meme stuff off, and, like, sure, I'm still trying to win. Like, these are really good sets, like, don't get me wrong. Like, this also is a justification. Like, this also, like, just cements the fact that this team is still insanely good. That I can drop my top 3 Pokemon and still, like, actually have a chance to win this. So, yeah. Again, it's no disrespect to anyone. I'm not saying that... It's like, I said I was never taking anyone... Like, I would never, like... You know... What's the word? I would never, like... underestimate anyone, and certainly not Fatrad. Of course not. Like, they're 5-1. But if there's one week that I get a chance to just kind of mess about and not use Lunala, Kyogre, and Sinnoh and make team building really interesting for myself, this is the week to do it, because, one, our records, we're top 2. Maybe Fat Rat drops to 3rd if they lose, and Kano wins, but, like, they're still both going to be 5-2, so they both still, like, guaranteed playoffs. Like, and then maybe it affects some tiebreakers low down. And that's, like, it. So, yeah. I'm really looking forward to this. Fat Rat's also, like, a super memey kind of dude. He loves, like, random stuff. So I feel like he's going to at least appreciate the fact that I didn't bring any of my top Pokemon. Just because I was like, I want to just do stuff. The also other nice thing about doing this is I feel like me and Fat Rat might play in the playoffs. So not showing what kind of Lunala, Kyogre, and Sinnoh I want to bring for playoff matches, I think is also kind of nice. So it's a little bit of hidey stuff as well. I will show off some stuff here, but also it's like, yeah, I'm quite happy with this. I think this team's gonna be really fun, and I don't mind if I lose. It's like, if I lose and I'm handicapping myself, then, like, yeah, that's fair enough. If I win, it's just kind of funny. But also I feel like Fat Rat's just gonna be like, they might lose because they weren't prepped for this, but also they might lose and they'd be like, oh no. But yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm very much looking forward to this. And I will see you guys in the actual battle. This whole video will be quite long. I'm gonna put the battle in now. So once me and Fat Rat are ready, like I said, it's probably gonna be in a couple days. But yeah, I will see you guys then. And we are back. So, Fat Rat's just getting ready. I just decided to start a little early. By a little, I mean, I think they're just getting ready themselves. We have the team here. I should actually get my notes up in another tab. That's one thing I didn't do. So yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go, but it should be fun. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna expect this whatsoever. This should be really funny though. So I believe they're sending the challenge over in just a sec. I don't think they're going to expect none of the big three. None of the big three here, and I think that's just what's so funny about this. Oh, this is going to be so good. Alright, there is... Oh, no. Challenge was cancelled. Maybe something was wrong? I'm not sure. I have no idea. Maybe... I'm just grinning because I'm really looking forward to this. Like, I'm really looking forward to this. One, because I know Fat Rat's an amazing battler, so I'm, like, really expecting this to be a good battle. There we go, we got the challenge. Let's do this. Week 7 against the Mexican Mimikyus. So... Sup, I didn't bring any of the big three. Alright, so the plan here is I need Tailwind. They have Talonflame, which means my lead is very simple. You're going Togedemaru Mence. We need Nidoqueen here, because there is Dialga. Is there stuff here that I was expecting? Okay, so there's no Rain. They did not bring Rain whatsoever. No Trick Room mode, no Roam Frost, no Ditto. Okay. What's the last tier then? Well, maybe not Decidueye. Decidueye's not bad though. Might just be Blaziken. I might just go Blaziken here. Okay. We've got Amoonguss plus Gengar. I wonder if this is actually a Trick Room lead. It very well could be. What if this is Trick Room? There's no way this is Trick Room. There is no conceivable way he leads this and says, I'm going to go Trick Room. I don't think it's just... I can't see it. So Mence is faster, so I can... Well, it's not Sash Gengar. The thing is, So I can't fake out Gengar, which is actually a really good play on his part. I just want to fake out Amoonguss. And then just try and bop this Gengar. And just not bother with Tailwind right now? Yeah. So we Mega and go for the double edge into Gengar. So we both Mega. He protects. Double protect, okay. What on earth? Can I like... Can we like... kick this guy? Why is there a random guy here? I'm just gonna... Is there a way to ignore chat? Normally I don't, but like... of all things. Now I can't get rid of this. Oh my god, this is all going wrong. Okay, there we go. Okay, so... I am trapped in here, theoretically. Only theoretically, okay, though. I rate want a Tailwind. I need to kill Amoonguss, honestly. HP Ice. That's bad. That's real bad. And I don't get a speed boost from that for some reason. Okay, so this is really difficult. I want to double protect here, but I also need to make sure I'm actually doing something. So protect hidden power ice and maybe dual stab. What's he more afraid of, more likely? He's afraid of both of these, theoretically, if Dialga's in the back. But I feel like he's more afraid of Blaziken just because it kills Amoonguss. So I'm gonna protect, and I'm gonna Ice Beam the Amoonguss. Goes for a Rage Powder. Shadow Balls Nidoqueen. Now I need a second speed boost to actually get the to outspeed the Gengar here. Okay, cool. We actually got a bit of advantage here. PZ comes out, gets a download boost, and now I'm in a bit of trouble. The problem with Queen is it's so slow, because I didn't get my Tailwind off. With Toja in the back, I think I need... I know the Blaziken has Protect, I don't know what the PZ has. It could be a Scarf PZ. And I just protected... I'm going to protect and Earth Power Gengar. I don't think I'm going to get the Earth Power off, but... yeah, so I feel like it might be a Scarf. It splits the attacks, which is fair enough. This might be our first loss of the season. But we're going to get a... we're going to get Flare Blitz into Gengar here. Even though it's going to protect, but I'm going to be faster in the future. Unless I have... do I read this protect? I'm gonna read the protect. I don't get the protect call right. Is Blaziken going down here then? Blaziken's living. Blaziken is living. Dialga's out. And this is where the pressure's picking up. I don't want to reveal, actually. So I'm just gonna Helping Hand High Jump Kick. And now it's Togedemaru vs Gengar. This is gonna be our first loss of the season. Doesn't activate Aguav, so they don't get to find out. Okay, so we take our first loss. That's fair enough. So that's fine. Genuinely, that's fine. We go for game 2. So what do we learn? Gengar is actually the most scary thing. Because it's carrying HP Ice, that means Mence is not as nice as I'd like it to be here. So my Togetic lead might be better here. Because I can take the hit, get the Tailwind up, and then I can really start playing my game. Yeah, I think I like that more here. If I do get Tailwind up, Nidoqueen becomes better, but I think Blaziken can do enough where I'm going to bring Decidueye as an extra answer to this Gengar. Yeah, I like that more. So this time we see Amoonguss Gengar again. This time we have Follow Me. Or I could protect Tailwind. Yeah, that was the plan. It was to protect Tailwind with Mence. Because then you, but then, okay, no. So I should Tailwind with Mence and Follow Me. Because, yeah, okay, that works better. Because then I can protect men switch. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to switch because main Gengar. So yeah, we get our Tailwind up. And now things are a lot nicer for us. Because now we can just go into some Moongus. Okay, well we go for Gengar. In case it protects and we follow me. Yeah, we see the Rage Powder come out. We double edge. We take out the Amoonguss. We've got our Tailwind up, which is what's important here. We see Talonflame come out. Which means they're going to get speed back. But they have to sack something for it. If it's Dialga in the back, Blaziken can win it. My two back Pokemon can win it. But I am going to lose my own Tailwind at some point. I'm going to keep him honest and I'm going to attack Gengar. And I'm going to follow me. Okay. This is going to be Tailwind. It's Z. Ooh. Ooh, that bad. Okay, well, I know my play. This is what I get in here. So this is HP Ice. Like, every day of the week. This is HP Ice every day of the week. There's Thundurus in the back. It goes for Mens, and I Spirit Shackle the Thundurus. And Thundurus can't switch at this point. I think they were expecting Protect from Decidueye, so they went for Mens. Do I switch? I actually have to take out this Talonflame. Talonflame is the scariest thing right now. And I'm gonna sneak the Thundurus. Okay, taunts my Mens so I don't get my Tailwind up, but I'm just taking out this Talonflame right now. Which means my Mens can't protect. So I'm gonna double edge the Gengar, I think. Because I think what's gonna happen here is HP Ice here and then Thunderbolt here. And then if we Flare Blitz, because a +1 speed should outspeed this. I think I expect it to outspeed, like, Talonflame. Missed the Thunder Wave, that's huge. That's huge. Because this Flare Blitz kills. It doesn't kill. We protect. I think we're going to lose this, but there's a small chance we can pull this out of our arse. There's a small chance we can pull this out of our arse. This is a read. This is 100% a read. If I Flare Blitz the Gengar and he T-Waves me, I lose. Okay. And then I died as Shadow Ball. GG. That's fair. I had to make a read there. I was reading a Protect. That's all it was. And that is our first loss of the season to Fat Rat. I thought I could try, you know, try and get the win without the big six, but clearly Fat Rat is good enough of a battler to be prepared otherwise. Yeah, they were both really close. I worry so much about Dialga that I really didn't respect Gengar as much, and it cost me. They also changed up their game plan really nicely game 2, and yeah, that's what got me. Their game plan game 2 was really good. I think I adjusted decently, but I don't think it was enough. Queen, I think Queen had to be there. No, I don't know. I think the 4 I brought was right, but I just... The 4 I brought was right, but I didn't expect Talon to be so offensively, like, threatening. For sure. So yeah. So yeah, that was our first loss of the season, but I'm not like, I think I went into this expecting, like, listen, if I win, that's really cool. If I don't win, it's like fine. I gave myself a handicap just because I wanted to make team building fun this week, and the team was really cool. Like, I really liked it, but yeah, like, it was nice to use some different mons, but it also let me get more of an experience with some of them, which is really nice. Especially Decidueye. Decidueye is a Pokemon that I want to have experience using. So yeah. GG's to Fat Rat. So now we are both 6-1. We were both making playoffs anyway. I think that might technically put them ahead, just because of tiebreakers. Like, oh, so my loss is to them, but their loss is to... my loss is to Fat Rat, but their loss is to Airstream, who is currently 2-4, so they may be 3-4, but they may be 2-5, so I'm not sure who would be, in technicalities, seeded higher. I don't know how we're going to do tiebreakers to figure out seeding. I'm personally going to suggest by games, so like, say, like, the more 2-0s you had, the better. And that's not just because of me personally, that's just because I think that's how most, like, BGC draft leagues do it. Instead of playing for differential or playing on seeding, they usually... I think that seeding is, like, one of the last things to consider. So... But either way, I'm first or second seed going into the playoffs. So, like... I've won 12. I have won 12 games and lost 2, whereas like someone who's like had like say like Fat Rat who's also 6-1, they may have had like, I don't know what their game with I can't remember what their game with Thingy was like with Airstream. I don't know if it was a 2-0, but say it was a 2-0. But they had like they had some more game frees, so they like lost a couple more. So say they had 2 game frees throughout the season that they had to win. So I don't know. Say they like went game free with Canna, went game free with Ad or whoever. Then that means that they would have lost 2 more games. So that's what at least I'm going to propose. I don't know how we're going to do it, but yeah. GG's. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Which, do look forward to playoffs. Because playoffs is going to be a lot of fun. And I will actually be trying, don't worry. I'm not going to be messing around with other Pokemon that I want to give a chance. So yeah. See you guys then.